Hey guys, it's Cece, and I want to talk about my most anticipated releases of 2016. So there are a lot of books that are coming out in 2016 that really look interesting, that are building a lot of hype, but there are a lot that I haven't really heard anything about, and I want to talk about my most anticipated 2016 releases, most of which are LGBTQIA+ books. That is just the list that I have stuck to the most. I have a few at the beginning that are not. I have a couple of series that I want to talk about that are continuing, but for the most part, honestly, those are the books that I'm really interested in reading and that I'm excited to see come out. So these are some books that I haven't seen on some other people's channels that I want to make you guys aware of, but also I just want to share what I'm really excited about going into 2016 because it looks like it's going to be a really great year for queer books, and I can't wait. So first, two that I want to talk about are continuations of series that I'm really just excited about and I wanted to share. First up, I want to talk about Stiletto by Daniel O'Malley. This is the second book in the Rook series, which I know we didn't really know was going to be a series. For those of you who have read it, The Rook is an adult urban fantasy book and is really funny and absolutely fantastic, and apparently there's going to be a sequel, and the sequel just keeps getting pushed back. Originally it was going to be in 2015, then it was going to be in January, but right now apparently the release date is March 10th. So who knows if that's going to stay the same. Daniel O'Malley lives sort of a busy life in Australia. He works for like the Australian Transportation Safety Bureau, so apparently he gets delayed in writing a lot, which has delayed this book a lot, but I'm still really excited to see this finally released because I absolutely loved The Rook and I can't wait to read Stiletto. The other book that I am very excited to see released is the fifth and untitled as of yet Throne of Glass book by Sarah J. Maas. So, I have sort of a slightly complicated relationship with this book. I love the Throne of Glass series, but me and Queen of Shadows did not get along. And it has dampened my excitement for this book slightly, but I am still looking forward to it, and I still think that the series can be turned around, and Sarah J. Maas has created a big world to build on, so I'm still really excited about this book. Currently, it has no title, no date, no cover, but we'll see. We'll see where this goes, because the fifth one is supposed to be released this year, I believe, and I just still really want to read it, and hopefully it's better than Queen of Shadows. The next book that I want to talk about is Beast by Bree Spangler. At present, this book does not have a release date or a cover or even a full description. It has just a generic description, but not a full, like, paragraph kind of summary. So this is a little far off, but I'm still so excited about it. Basically, this book is supposed to be like a Beauty and the Beast retelling. It's YA contemporary, so this guy that's supposedly really ugly falls in love with the most beautiful girl in town, but in this retelling, the most beautiful girl in town is a trans girl. So it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Retelling is a big thing for me. And it is a retelling with a trans belle. So I need this book immediately. The next book that I want to talk about is Look Both Ways by Allison Cherry. This book is supposedly coming out on June 14th, and this is a book about a girl who goes to college and she falls in love with her roommate. So I'm very excited about this one as well. I think that this one is going to be really good. It just really intrigues me. The cover is really, really pretty, and this just sounds like a summary that I'm very interested in reading. The next book that I want to talk about is If I Was Your Girl by Meredith Russo, and this book comes out on May 3rd. This is another YA contemporary, and basically it looks like the description is sort of like this guy falls in love with this girl who has a secret, and the secret is that she is trans. So this is another trans narrative. It kind of sounds like a semi-generic plot to go with as far as trans characters in YA contemporary, but I'm still excited about this book, and honestly the reason I am just really thrilled with how this book is being produced is that the model on the cover is a trans girl. So I just really appreciate that that's gone into it, and it makes me slightly more interested in this book than I was before, but we'll see. It sounds somewhat generic for a trans storyline, but there are not nearly enough trans books out there, so I'm still really excited for the release of this book, because as many trans books as we can get is great. I would be very pleased with that. The next book that I want to talk about is The Girl from Everywhere by Heidi Heilig. I think this book is supposed to come out on February 16th, and a lot of people are excited about this book. I think that it has the potential to be good. It is about a girl who is a pirate, but the pirate ship, like, travels in time also. It sounds sort of bizarre, but the description of it sounds really good, and time-traveling space pirate, I mean, it's a lot of words I like. I don't know if I like them all together at once, but it is a lot of words I like, so we'll see how this book is. I'm gonna wait until I hear some more reviews before I really decide if I'm going to go out and get my own copy, but I've heard a lot of buzz about this book, and it is one that I am going to be looking at when it comes out in February. Next, I want to talk about Away We Go by Emil Ostrovsky. Why are all these names so hard? This book comes out on April 5th and sounds very interesting. It is a YA contemporary, sort of. I believe there's kind of a fantasy twist. And it takes place in the school, and the requirement that you have for the school is that everyone has something called Peter Pan syndrome, which means that they are all going to die before college, before they even graduate high school. So that is the setup, and then there is also a queer relationship in this book. I believe there's a boy named Noah who has a girlfriend, but he's also in love with another boy at school. So I don't know, this book sounds really interesting. I think it's interesting that all of the characters are dying somehow, and it just sounds like an odd setting for a YA contemporary, so I'm looking forward to this book. I think it sounds very kind of different. Next is one of the only adult fiction, I believe, that's on this list, but I'm still really excited about it, and it is called American Housewife Stories by Helen Ellis, and this, I don't know, I believe I saw it on some kind of list, like a top 5 adult fiction coming out next year, so I have a few that I'm excited about, but this is the one I'm most excited about. It is a series of short stories that take place in like the 50s with American housewives, but all of the stories are really, really twisted, so I love that. I have wanted a book like this. I, at one point in my life, was trying to write a book like this, and then it didn't work out. But it is just supposed to be like really twisted, kind of messed up, creepy housewife stories, which is exactly the kind of thing I'm interested in reading, and I will probably be buying this book, like, when it comes out. It's a fairly short book, but it just sounds so up my alley. I can't wait. The next one that I want to talk about is The Symptoms of Being Human by Jeff Garvin, which is coming out in February. And this is a really exciting book for me because the lead character is gender fluid. And I have never read a book about a gender fluid character before. So I'm very excited about that. But this book is about a gender fluid character, and they live in this really, like, conservative town, and they go to this therapist who suggests they start doing a blog to talk about their experiences, and this is going really well, and it completely explodes, and everyone's reading it, and then one day someone finds out that who is writing the blog and threatens to expose the lead character. So I'm just very curious about this book. I've never read a book starring a gender fluid character, so I'm really looking forward to this one. Now, another book without a cover or an official release date, but is another one of my most anticipated. I need this book, and it is called Of Fire and Stars by Audrey Colhurst. Right now, Goodreads says September, but I mean, I have no idea. There's no cover or anything or no official release date. But why I'm interested in this book is because it is a YA fantasy, and it is like medieval fantasy, and it's about this princess who gets shipped off to a foreign land to be married off to a prince, but she doesn't like him at all, and instead she falls in love with the prince's sister. Where has this book been? I've wanted this book for so long. I can't believe I have to wait like any time at all to read this book because it is exactly the book that I want to read. I don't know where this book has been. The next one that I want to talk about is another collection of short stories, and that is A Tyranny of Petticoats, which is edited and put together by Jessica Spotswood, and it comes out in March. And basically it is just a collection of historical fiction short stories that are all about like female characters. So they're all female characters, all historical fiction short stories, and there's some really great authors in there. The two I'm really excited about, Marie Lu and Robin Talley, are each writing short stories for this, so I believe we have a good chance of at least one of these stories, if not two, being queer storylines with historical fiction and ladies. Sounds so good. Next up, speaking of Robin Talley, I am very excited about As I Descended by Robin Talley. This book also does not have a cover yet. It comes out in September, and all you need to know about this book is that it takes place in a girls' boarding school, and it is Lesbian Macbeth. Go add it to your TBR. What are you doing still watching this? Go. Lesbian Macbeth. And the final book that I am so excited about is You Know Me Well by David Levithan and Nina LaCour. This book comes out on June 6th. It is two absolutely fantastic authors. I have not read anything by Nina LaCour yet, but I'm going to read Everything Leads to You in the next couple of months or so, and I've heard amazing things. So this book is about a gay kid in high school and a lesbian girl in high school who don't really know each other, and then they meet at like a Chicago Pride parade and become fast friends and have to help each other out with their relationships. I've never seen a young adult book before that gave equal weight to both a gay character and a lesbian character. I can't believe that they're going to be side by side. David Levithan has been one of my favorite authors this year. I have read 3 books by him, and I'm sure I'm going to love Everything Leads to You. So this is my most anticipated release. I cannot wait for this book. I hope it is as amazing as I am building it up in my head to be, because it looks amazing. Alright, there you go. Those are my most anticipated releases for 2016. I hope you enjoyed. If there are other books that you think I am missing that should really be on my anticipated releases list, let me know in comments. What are you guys really excited about? Thanks for letting me know, and thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!